So she's like, "Yeah, you guys are kind of funny." And then my daughter was like, "Mommy, they say a lot of bad words." And I'm like, "Nina, it's not for kids." Shit.
Do we need a disclaimer?
The disclaimer is that it says explicit.
Hello and welcome to the Not Good Enough podcast, hosted by David and Andy. Reporting live on July. We're on July now, July 1st. That's Andy,
And that's David.
and this is episode 16, the obligatory anime tournament season. We're there now.
Finally in July. Hooray.
Yeah. So, Andy, what's going on, man? We're halfway throughout the year. We haven't died yet, unfortunately. So, what's going on in this world?
I just thought about it. We should probably celebrate Christmas this month just in case we don't make it until December.
Yeah, yes, 100%. Yeah, I mean, everybody had their fucking lights up on like February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of
Go ahead.
a lot of things. What happens is people just keep their lights up year round because like they're
That'll be me.
ready for the next year. You know what I mean?
That'll be me 100%. Because and yeah, it's because I'm lazy as fuck. There's no the thing is, if I'm gonna put it up, I'm gonna put it up right. I'm gonna do like staples and shit on the outside of the house. I'm gonna staple that bitch. I'm gonna put that bitch up on the tree, on like on the random tree I have in my front yard. Right? Yeah, I'm not putting that bitch down. It's dear Lord, it takes like 3 hours of convincing just to get me on a fucking ladder because I'm scared for my life every time I'm like 3 feet up the ground.
It's true.
So you're not gonna get me again up there. So I'm 100% one of those people that if I put lights up, I'm keeping the motherfuckers up too. But since we're celebrating everything early, Andy, next week Thanksgiving at my house.
Okay, I'll probably be by to pick up some leftovers.
Okay, cool. All right, be prepared. I don't have anything to give. Like I don't have plates, and my oven is not really. It's like an easy bake oven. This bitch is like two feet
the only
by 4.
The only plate you have is the baking sheet that goes in the oven.
Yeah, dude, my air fryer is bigger than my oven.
That's why you're frying everything.
Yeah, and this is why my life is like this. Like this shit's depressing. Like it's not that if it's not a snug fit. My oven is just big as fuck. Or the space that my oven's in is big as fuck, but the oven is just so fucking small. Like I bet there's so much food in between the big ass fucking hole that they left. Like they couldn't get a bigger oven.
Oh, that's gross.
I can't do anything about it.
This is the joys of having an apartment, my friend. You got to be happy with what you have. Be blessed with what you have because you could not have it.
It's America, Andy. No matter what I get, I'm still gonna bitch about what I don't have.
Ain't that the truth? But you got to start somewhere, you know? You got to work your way up.
Yeah. Andy, you're living the rich life. Your fucking refrigerator, you could just get water from the front of the door. I don't even have water.
That's true. It has an ice maker, but let me tell you something. I've always wanted to have an ice maker in the fridge. That ice clogs up so much because it freezes. What happens is that it freezes and then it becomes solid, and then I gotta open the damn thing up, shake it.
I'm pretty sure you can adjust the temperature.
Why would I want to adjust the temperature?
Oh, well, hold on a second. Were you bitching about opening the thing and shaking the ice to get ice? At least you have ice, Andy. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna. It's called being a hypocrite. Do you know what I have to go through to get ice? I have to put water in. I don't have the fucking thing. I don't have the trays.
You just have a cup of ice.
Yeah, like, I have to get a cup.
Water in a cup.
Exactly. That's how I'd have to get ice. I had better luck walking to the fucking Publix and grabbing a bag of ice.
and not dying from a heat stroke on the way
Ye-
back.
Yo, it's
And then
hot
you
as
get back, and then
fuck outside.
then the bag of ice is just like it's just water, and I just carrying around a bag of water like a weirdo.
Dude, it's hot as balls outside. It's so damn
Yeah,
hot.
man. UV index was at 11, like today
I
or
don't know what
yesterday.
that means, but the
It's
shit was
extreme.
boy.
Yeah,
It was 90 degrees and it said it felt like 102.
yeah. Sounds about right.
Jeez, man. But let's see. We got some updates on the show here. Show that we do every week that we're
That's right.
recording on this oh, hold on. I got to really sorry, my girlfriend called me daddy. All right, let's see. Um
Oh, okay.
what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. The reason we're
We're talking
talking right
about the
now.
show.
The
Yes, yes.
the only way me and Andy could talk is through a show.
Hmm. You're absolutely
Yes,
right.
we have on Anchor. We have 172 total views or plays on all
Yes,
our
and
episodes.
we've actually looked into it, and it's actually the combined total number of times that our podcast episodes have been streamed or downloaded across all of the platforms that Anchor supplies to. So that is like that's our life right there. 172 total plays as of right now.
We appreciate all of you. We got a estimated audience size of still 9, but we're adding people slowly.
Hmm.
I think me and Andy are not included in that number for the first time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I definitely didn't listen to that shit. I was tired of hearing your fucking voice last episode.
The feeling's mutual, my friend.
You see, the only way me and Andy can talk is on this fucking podcast. Let's see, YouTube, we got 9 subscribers. We got
Hmm.
28 views in the last 28 days. So we appreciate you too. Exciting things
Hmm.
coming to YouTube in the next like 2 years.
That's right.
Facebook, Andy has a little Facebook thing for us. 131 followers. So we
Hmm.
appreciate you there as well. Any fucking platform you guys want to listen to us on.
That's right. And we do have intentions on utilizing Facebook a little bit more.
Yeah, and by intentions I mean I'm telling Andy he needs to do it because I'm not on social
Yeah,
media.
David's like, social media is a devil, but I need
It
you to
is.
start posting more things on Facebook. Take a picture or something. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing some polls if I can figure out how to do that. I'll ask you guys some questions. We'll get some feedback from you guys, or we talk about something and then we want to get your opinion on that,
Yeah,
and then we'll
or
recap. It'll be fun.
yeah, we'll have random fucking posts like, oh, I woke up and my dick wasn't hard. It was a rare day, ladies and gentlemen. You know, stuff like that. You know.
It's gonna be a long day or
Yeah.
not for David.
All right. So we're just gonna. All right. Skipped over that. Uh. Ooh. You know, actually, I might. What I might do is since
You doing okay there, buddy?
yeah. Nah, dude. I think the heat's starting to seep into the fucking cracks in my walls. Um,
You do
it
have
got
some
hot
big
as
cracks
fuck,
over there.
dude. I'm telling you, like 10 minutes ago when I wasn't speaking, it was cold as fuck. As soon as I start talking, my room is fucking hot as hell right now.
So that hot breath, man.
Jesus, my ankle's sweating. So holy shit.
Are you sure you're not having a heart attack? You doing okay over there?
Yo, I'm coked up on like fucking 8 bottles of Monster today.
Oh god.
But what I was saying before I really interrupted myself with my
Hmm.
stuttering.
Yep.
Um, since I sell drugs, I'm just gonna write on the fucking like bags and shit. Like, yo, go listen to the podcast. Go listen to this high as fuck. We're gonna
Man,
sound like fucking like
okay,
rabbits.
before we get started, that really reminds me of a time where like a McDonald's employee was fired because instead of putting Happy Meal toys,
He's putting his mixtape.
he's putting in his he put in his mixtape.
I do remember. Yo, I do remember reading that somewhere.
Oh my god.
Yo, honestly, that's fucking marketing right there, dog. You feel me?
It is marketing, but
That's
it's a
good
conflict
marketing.
of interest.
See the thing is, I would have put the Happy Meals with the mixtape. You know?
They just add it, yeah.
Yeah, so they can be like, yo, you didn't give him the food. I'm like, nah, I gave him the food, but I also gave him some fire. You know, it's cold outside. I gotta heat up the fucking the car. You feel me?
Oh god. All right, let's get this thing going.
Yeah, let's
On
see.
to current events.
Current events. All right, Andy, we got mask shit. I know all of you hate wearing your mask. I do too. Some of you ugly people, this is the fucking perfect time for you because this shit is mandatory. And if you look good from the nose up, this is your time to shine, baby. This is cuffing season for you guys.
Well, I mean, nice.
Nice,
But
yeah.
um I think the masks definitely make people's eyes pop, especially if you're using the right color mask.
Yo, especially like if you got some bomb ass like mascara. Whew!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, honestly, I get questions all the time. Do you wear mascara? I'm like, no, bro. I ain't on that fucking wave. All right, you feel me? Nah, my shit just purdy like this on natural. You feel me? I'm all natural with this purdiness. But
Right.
so we live in Gainesville. If you haven't heard us for fucking 160 times, and it's a part of Alachua County, which yo, this county is it's kind of fucking annoying sometimes. But so they have a mandatory mask in effect thing, which is happening all around the country. Um, and there's a couple things with it. First off, I don't like wearing masks, Andy. You don't like
Mhm.
wearing masks. I know. What? Imagine if you have to wear a mask, biking to work. You'll have a fucking asthma attack on the way there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't wear a mask when I'm biking to work. First of all, I'm going too fast. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, I'm
Like,
outside and I'm keeping
yeah,
6 feet away from people.
yeah,
Now, you're supposed before all of this became mandatory, the thing was like if you were going to be in the same vicinity as other people within 6 feet of each other for a longer period of time than just a few minutes, then yeah, you should be wearing a mask.
and then they
But
changed it.
now it's yeah,
Yeah,
well, because people can't control themselves and the numbers are not going down.
them bitches going up. y'all,
Yes.
y'all,
Yeah.
y'all go, y'all gonna
How
fucking die. And guess what?
however,
Dave
I
is gonna
mean,
buy your house at a lower price than what you bought it at.
if you even have that much, man.
Yo, fuck, yo, I'm gonna start looting houses. I'm just gonna own it. I'm gonna loot the house for the deed. That's it. I'm gonna own that bitch.
Anyway. um yeah, so we have this required man like what is this? What is it called? Like a oh my
Uh-huh.
god.
Yep, man.
Ordinance? Yeah,
Ordinance. Yep.
that one.
That's why you don't use big words that you don't know.
That's right. We have this new rule. So let's see. It's pretty simple. Businesses need to have employees wearing masks and require customers to wear masks as well, or code enforcement officers may be writing you a ticket.
They got tickets now,
So
ladies and gentlemen.
if you're in this area, you can call 311 to report businesses with employees or customers not wearing masks.
I'm snitching on all you motherfuckers that come over
That's
there
right.
and complain about your fucking medicine not being on time. Guess what, bro?
That's right.
Guess what? I'm fucking snitching on all of you, especially you motherfuckers. This happens a lot, especially in my job, probably at your job too, Andy. But people that have their
Mhm.
mask on and then they come up and you're like, oh, okay, they have their mask. And then when they try to speak to you, they fucking pull their hand out and then they pull their mask down. You're defeating the fucking purpose of the mask. If
Yeah.
anything, should have had the mask off when you weren't, close to anybody. When you get up to me, then wear your fucking mask.
Yeah, that's right. Especially when you start talking, don't take your mask off. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's the fucking opposite of what you should do. And also vice versa, or other side of the fucking spectrum. People that come through the drive-through that don't have their mask when they pull up, which you're not,
Hmm.
you're in a drive-through. We're not gonna make any type of contact together.
Mhm.
besides what you're handing me, which do you fucking get what I hand you and fucking put it in your face? No, you don't need the mask when you pull up. But the people that pull up not wearing a mask and then when they start talking to you, put on a fucking mask, that shit's annoying too. That's on the other side of the spectrum.
Oh, I mean, I remember that drive-through. I had a hard time hearing as it was,
Yeah, our sound
you
system
know.
sucks.
Yeah, they don't use Bose, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, that motherfucker. Ugh.
um, so moving on, it says the code enforcement personnel will be stationed at the doors of the businesses with the most complaints, or they will offer customers a mask if they don't have one. If the customer refuses to heed the warning, they will be ticketed. Citations for the first offense are $125. Second offense, $250, and the third offense, $500 in a court appearance.
And if
So
you
they will,
if you
yeah,
go to court and don't wear your mask, we're going to jail.
yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna throw you in a crate. Um, yeah. So this includes restaurants where you do not have to wear a mask to eat, but you must wear a mask upon entering. What places require you to eat with a mask?
Yo, this is kind of semi on topic, but there was a video I saw last week of this guy who was in a restaurant and this lady was bitching at him because he had his mask off while eating. I swear to God. And when I tell you
Mm,
this man roasted her shit, bro,
yeah.
he went in on this bitch like he knew her. She was incredible. Yeah, no,
Wow.
it's you can't eat with a fucking mask on. Um, I don't. I've tried on accident. You know how many times I got the mask on and I just fucking shove fucking
Oh,
Snickers in my face and I forget.
oh, gross.
Yeah, and it happened with drinks too, which is they just fucking spill because I don't take a sip. I put that
Oh,
bitch
you.
on. I put that bitch straight down.
Yeah, you do.
So I got the half the fucking bottle on me because I'm a fucking retard. I can't. I don't know if I have the mask on or not. At this point, it's become
It's second
one.
nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The only thing is it gets caught on my nose ring, which fucking sucks. But
Hmm.
whatever. See, Andy, now I'm talking a lot of shit about this mash thing. I
Yep.
completely understand this mash thing. I actually like that they're doing this because it's
Hmm.
necessary. Here's my thing. I don't know about you, but the company that I work for, which will not be named, you motherfuckers, they told us not to enforce that rule, the mask thing rule. There's a sign outside that says it's mandated that you have to wear one to enter, but we cannot refuse service to somebody not wearing a mask. We cannot call people on people not wearing a mask, and we cannot force people to come wear a mask. We can't kick them out either. We can't do anything.
Yeah.
And apparently that was a county commission thing that they said that because there was too many people fighting each other. There's a lot of fights happening because shit. People get frustrated and shit. They get angry. There's a lot of fucking stress in there.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've talked about that before. I mean, there's just so much. Everybody is under so much, crazy stress and tension, and this is all the complete unknown. Everybody's just having a hard time, and what better way to make it better than to fight with each other. you know
See all the stress in the air. If they wore the mask, they wouldn't even be able to fucking breathe the air. I don't know. I can't breathe for shit, boy. Shit, and
well,
whenever I try to speak, bro, it's just it's hot. The whole thing. It's so hot. My eyes start tearing up. Ah,
yeah.
it's awful. I can't eat any Indian food. That shit'll fuck me up the next day when I wear my mask. Or later that same day. That shit'll
May
fuck me up.
Oh, I was gonna say, okay, maybe you should bring two masks, one before lunch and one after lunch, and then wash them when you get home.
They're surgical masks, Andy. We can't wear anything else in the pharmacy but surgical masks.
Oh, really?
Yep. Surgical mask. Well, they had a rule saying that we could wear N95s, but then they changed the rule. About like a day after they announced that you can wear the N95. They like changing the fucking rules a lot.
Oh, I remember.
Well, no,
I
this is
remember.
CDC.
Oh, okay.
The CDC has their own guidelines on pharmaceutical corporate pharmacy.
Right.
Yeah, I can't bag people's shit now. Like if you come with something from the front of the store, I can't bag your shit. Which honestly, I like that rule.
Yeah, that's nice.
It stops a lot of people from. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get these like 30 fucking items here in the pharmacy. I wish that could be a rule too. I can't check your shit out unless it's a fucking script.
Yeah, right. Um,
So yeah, Andy, how do you feel
yeah.
about this little fine?
Well, I'm always curious on where the money goes. Who's getting paid, when it comes to this stuff. Um, but I mean, what's the purpose of a fine? It's a repercussion, right? If you get a speeding ticket, well, the only way we can really punish you is by, you get a ticket,
And then you're
right?
like,
It's it's
I don't want to
money.
pay this shit again.
It's money, and if you're actually going to abide by the rules but you speed, then you're going to like, well, I got to pay the ticket. I'm not going to do it again because I don't want to pay the ticket again, because money is important to us humans. So that's like, yeah, so I think these things are fine. People just need to, suck it up and just do it. It's the same principle as wearing a bra. It's the same principle as wearing underwear. David, I don't know if you wear underwear. You probably don't. But I
I
mean,
got
you wear a mask.
no, I got silk underwear.
That's right.
Can't wear that bitch in the summer though. Put that bitch on in the winter. I don't care
I
if it
remember
makes
that
my
one
pee pee
time when you're.
small.
Oh, good. I remember that one time when you put on your silk underwear and then you had silk sheets, and then you
Yo,
like
fuck I
ran and jumped. You just
yeah.
slipped all the way off.
I like silk. That's my favorite material. I have silk
Yeah.
sheets, which I actually bought a new one. I have a fucking Amazon package in front with a new color.
Nice.
But the thing is, I would like to wear my silk underwear or my silk shorts. I have shorts too, and then
Yeah.
I have silk do rags. So I like to wear my silk do rags. And yo, I remember the first time I got the silk sheets and I got my silk underwear and my silk do rag on all at the same time. Bro, I
Yep.
jumped on the bed and I fucking slid off that bitch at fucking tremendous force. There was like zero friction involved. The only friction was me fucking smashing the floor with my whole body.
Oh, good stuff.
It almost hurt as much as when I pulled my hamstring getting out of bed. That was one of two times I've ever called out from work. The first one was I went roller skating and I don't know how to roller skate and I busted my shit. And the second one was I pulled my hamstring getting out of bed.
You poor thing.
Let's see. We're gonna go on to the next segment of the episode, Andy. We got games.
Games.
All right, Andy. This week I have been playing the SpiderMan DLC for PS4. City Never Sleeps is what the whole collective is called. It's a 3-part pack. Um, and you don't have a PlayStation, but I'm sure you've heard of the new Spider-Man game or the newish Spider-Man game that came out, the most recent one.
Honestly, no. I haven't really followed Spider-Man for a very long time. So I'm
You should have
totally
said
out of
yeah.
the loop on that.
Oh, you should have just said yeah. Jesus Christ. All right.
So you're going to have to explain it.
Yeah, no, you should have just said yeah. All right, so Spider-Man actually, if I remember correctly, I think it came in like it was nominated for Game of the Year when it came out in 2018. I know that for sure. I'm pretty sure God of War won. There was a lot of great games that year. But
Mhm.
this shit was great. This shit was great. Gameplay wise, it was lacking a little bit on the boss battles, but whatever. Um, you know, all the backstory that it had, the world, the characters, the voice acting was amazing. The relationship between Peter and MJ was great. The game was great. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the game because it's been out for 2 years, so I don't care what you think, Andy. Aunt May dies at the end of the game. That shit caught me so
No.
off guard, bro. She dead, bro. Like she died. Like that's it. Ain't no Aunt May no more. Like you gonna see that bitch in pictures and flashbacks. Like she gone.
Mm.
So yeah, so they did that, and throughout the game, and I'm only mentioning this because it's actually very prominent in the DLC pack where I'm gonna speak up now. You're friends with a police captain called Yuri Watanabe, and she's a good character. She's like a no bullshit character. She doesn't, she's not one of those Spider-Man like fangirls.
Mm.
She used Spider-Man help, and she helps Spider-Man, and Spider-Man helps her. She like that. Um,
Mm.
so in the DLC, it starts out with you trying to find Catwoman. You're trying to shit. Let me remember. You There's a crime family, the Magia, ran by Hammerhead. I don't know if you ever heard of Hammerhead, Andy. You probably heard of him.
Mm.
He's an old villain.
Maybe.
Well, Hammerhead, he runs the Magia family. He enlists Catwoman. Catwoman? Black shit. Holy shit. I'm on the wrong franchise. Black Cat. And th- there's a whole bunch of that. Yuri turns bad in the sense of this bitch done gone off her knockers. Yeah, like talk about police brutality. This bitch went off on the motherfucking Italian people.
Mm.
And you know what? I can't really remember the story too much, but we're gonna talk about the gameplay. Gameplay wise, it was disappointing in the fact that it didn't really bring anything new.
Mm.
With what I believe most DLC that are pretty big, and expensive, like this one is. It's just three episodes. They're each a couple hours long. Like
Mm.
it'll take you out 100%. I 100% and it took me like 4 days to 100% every single pack. It it didn't really bring anything new to the loop. There was no new skills. There was no new um like moves. No, I didn't really see any new animations. There was like new collectibles, and that was fun. There was new challenges with Screwball, which I fucking hate that bitch. That every person that's played Spider-Man on PS4 will fucking understand that bitch Screwball needs to not be in the fucking second game. All right, and the boss battle at the end of the third one with Hammerhead, with Cyber Hammerhead, that shit was great. The second one, the second boss battle, or the last boss battle in the second pack with Hammerhead, that was great too. But it didn't really bring anything gameplay wise that was like sets you apart from the original game. So if you like the original game and you're not tired of the loop, this shit's good because it's a story expansion. If you like Black Cat, you like to see what what she's like in this world, in this little world that Insomniac has created for Spider-Man. It shit's great. The fucking voice acting is amazing. The dialogue is great. The interactions between Peter and Black Cat and MJ, shit's great. You won't Don't expect something that'll blow your mind in terms of gameplay because it's going to be the same thing as the original game. But the thing that it does bring, Andy, that
Mm.
Spider-Man the City Never Sleeps DLC does bring, is a good story. It goes a little bit
Okay.
futuristic, which it's not always my favorite uh route that games take on going too futuristic, which is what a lot of superhero games go to. But
Right.
it doesn't go as far as like Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Amazing Spider-Man 1, that the second half of the game, when it like finishes the movie stuff, is like fucking robots in the fucking sky all fucking day. and and Spider-Man does that a lot in the original game too, but it didn't go as far as the Amazing Spider-Man game back in like PS3, and I appreciate that. But Andy, you should probably check out some gameplay because the shit is the whole game is had a lot of love to it, and it's set up Miles. Miles is great. I love Miles.
Yeah, I'm looking at some screenshots of it. It's open world, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are my
Most.
favorite games. Like I don't want to play anything else other than like open world.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to 100% it. I'm like 90% there. The
Hmm.
only problem is I fucking hate Screwball. Hate that bitch so much, dude. Oh my god, she's like a social media whore, and she like does everything on live stream. It's fucking annoying as fuck, and you have to like defeat enemies in like this little area so you can get little photobomb points. I fucking hate that shit. But
I'm looking pictures of her.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it looks like a fucking Olympic skater.
Right.
So yeah, that was my experience with City Never Sleeps. Um, I love the game.
Okay.
Let's get that out the way. I love Spider Man, both Spider Man PS4 and every other iteration of Spider Man. Shit, I even like the Amazing Spider Man movies. You know what? I even like Spider Man 3, Sam Raimi Spider Man. I have to skip.
Oh,
I have to. Yeah, I have to skip the emo little dance scene. I do have to skip that, but I can watch the whole rest of the movie and smile. But as soon as
nice.
Peter gets that fucking the actual black suit, the little tuxedo that he gets during that one scene he's walking through the sidewalk, I have to
Yeah.
fucking skip that. And the fucking dance scene where he hits MJ and he, becomes Chris Brown and she's Rihanna looking up at him. Yeah. I have to
Yeah.
skip that part too. But I could
Yeah.
watch
Like
the
he
rest.
looks a hot mess.
So yeah, that's this week's game. This Spider-Man City Never Sleeps DLC. And we're on
Great.
to another segment that we're not going to do this week because John is gone, which is the
Yeah.
movie
What?
segment, and John never sent us his thing. Maybe John got
Oh.
COVID. We don't. We're not sure. Maybe he's in court because he didn't wear his mask for 3 times.
Well, yeah. It's always possible. Anything's
Yep.
possible.
Yeah. So we're not doing that. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about conspiracy of the week and what makes us mad. So
I
we'll see
can't
you
wait, man.
shortly.
All right. All right, and welcome back to the second half of episode 16. So we are getting into the second to last segment, conspiracy of the week.
Conspiracies.
That's right, David. And this week, we're going to be learning about Malaysian Airlines Flight 370.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and notice how Andy said learning and not talking because we dead ass did no fucking research, even though we gave ourselves a whole week in advance.
Listen, life happens. Just like this airline, it disappeared. So it disappeared on March 8th,
Night.
2014.
What the fuck?
This was 6 years and 3 months ago. So the cause is unknown, and some debris was found.
So,
It's just gone, just disappeared.
so it's never been found, and my first thought is this is lost.
Absolutely.
The 100% amazing show, by the way. The ending was kind of shitty, but this is lost. This is literally it.
That's right.
Gee, are you tired, sir? Really on the
What are you talking
episode?
about?
Middle of the episode, you're gonna yawn. This so
Take a sip.
disrespectful, boy. God damn, Jesus. But let's see. So it's a Boeing 777. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I'm gonna play blackjack
Get
after
a
this.
stroke.
The ooh.
So
All right, so,
what's happening over there? Jesus.
yo,
Anyway,
hold on.
this was scheduled as an international passenger flight operated by the Malaysian Airlines that disappeared, and they were flying from uh, Kuala Lumpur International Airport to its planned destination, the
Beijing.
Beijing Capital International Airport. Like David said, it is a Boeing 777-200ER aircraft, and it last communicated with traffic control around 38 minutes after takeoff when the flight was over the South China Sea.
Ooh, it was over China. Oh, it was over the China Sea. Oh, okay.
South China Sea.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see where it's at. You know what I'm
Ha! It
saying?
left radar range when 200 nautical miles northwest of Penang Island in northwestern uh, peninsular Malaysian.
But
With all 227 passengers and two crew aboard presumed dead, the disappearance of Flight 370 was the deadliest incident involving a Boeing 777 and the deadliest in Malaysia Airlines history until it was surpassed in both regards of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, which was shot down while flying over eastern Ukraine 4 months later. So let's just say that Boeing was not having a good year.
yeah, no, Malaysian Airlines. That shit was Them motherfuckers had issue. Imagine being the PR director that year. You're like, what the fuck do I do? You know.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's so they're presumed dead, which if you can't find them, you presume them dead. But it's also being hailed
Mhm.
as one of the deadliest incidents involving a Boeing 777.
Yep.
Thing is, they all survived, and now they are in the bunker, putting in the code every day, so their magnetic
Mhm.
field doesn't go away. And they're also running away from the shadow that lurks the island.
That's right. Yeah, they did crash on an island, or they crashed into the water near an island that they kind of wash up on. And I heard that they have turned into two different factions because they were on two different sides of the island. And I heard of altercations between the two factions.
Yeah, there was like some random dude who wasn't a part of the flight. But then like he
Creepy.
kind of was, but then he wasn't. And he's under a bunker right now, and they find him later, and he's trying to explain, but he can't because the whole plot was lost. So all right, so back to Malaysia. We're getting too deep in this rabbit hole of
Yeah.
loss.
So the lack of
Fucking
official information in the days immediately after the disappearance prompt fierce criticism with the Chinese public, particularly from relatives of the passengers, since most people on board Flight 370 were of Chinese origin. Several pieces of marine debris confirmed to be from the aircraft washed ashore in the western India Ocean during 2015 and 2016. After a 3 year search across 120,000 square kilometers of ocean failed to locate the aircraft, the Joint Agency Coordination Center heading the operation suspended their activities in January 2017. A second launch search, a second search launched in 2018 of January by the private contractor Ocean Infinity also ended without success after 6 months. So, needless to say, they did try to find this, but I really think they landed on that island,
that island, dude.
and the island just kind of it
That,
moves around.
that fucking John Locke, dude. He's fucking.
Oh,
He's
that
yeah.
bastard! Yeah, he's not a box. Does not work with Box Factory.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what those people did on that flight to get on that flight, dude. Like, what sins were they doing, to end up in purgatory like that? Uh, so I'm tempted to make a COVID joke because this happened near
Mm.
China,
Mm-mm.
but you know,
That's too soon, man. It's still going on.
well, I'm pretty sure one of them got out of the island, and then they made
Oh
friends
my
with a
god.
bat.
All right, that's stretching it. God.
Yeah, we're also talking about a fucking island that has the way you can like fix the fuck you first of all. The way you can fix the magnetic field is by pressing a fucking button after putting a code on some fucking Windows 97 computer. And then also there's a fucking shadow that moves and has really bad CGI. Fuck you. All right. How about that? How's that for a stretch, huh?
Well, in all honesty, the passengers and crew that were on the flights were from 14 different nations. Australia, Canada, China, France, India, Indonesia, Iran, Malaysia, Netherlands, New Zealand, Russia, Taiwan, Ukraine, and the United States.
Dude, dead ass. That sounds like everybody from the fucking plane from Lost. The Australian guy was the guy who ended up on the new Star Wars movie, the drug addict. I'm pretty sure the fat guy, um, Fatty McPooper Pants. I'm pretty sure he was Canadian, maybe. You have the fucking the girl and the guy who were the lovers, the main characters. I'm pretty sure they were American. You have the. Ooh, I was gonna say something really bad. You you have the Muslim guy, which I'm not sure if he's from Iran, but fucking shoot me now, save me later, or whatever the fuck you guys say. Uh, he's gonna be the Iran guy, and then I don't know what else you say. There's the Asian couple who the husband died, and then the other one was getting digged down by some black dude, if I remember correctly.
Ah, anyway, so what do you think, man?
They're on the island.
They're on the island.
See, all right, now, dead ass, Andy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so they found barely any debris, and it's an ocean, right? But at the same time, they would need to have some type of pressure to go to sink to the bottom. Like the whole plane would sink to the bottom, yes, but some of the islands would eventually break, especially 3 years later. Or
Mm-hmm.
now it's 5 years or 6 years later, so it might
Oh yeah.
break soon. But the buoyancy would bring the item up. So either
Yeah.
eventually we're gonna either the shit's on an island in the middle of fucking nowhere, or the shit's in space because there's nobody else, or it's in the deep sea, and then soon in a couple years maybe some shit's gonna break and it's gonna float to the top, and we're like, oh shit, this is that one Malaysian flight. Now we have to find like the six others that disappeared.
Yeah.
But that's me. What
So,
about you, Andy?
well, it's really strange. It probably just went down. You know, it had to have gone just down. Because I'm looking at a map on the flight path. Based on there's secondary radar and a military radar. So, according to the military radar, um, they were flying northeast from Malaysia towards Vietnam, and it got out there, got out into the ocean quite a distance, and then it did it like a U-turn, and it was coming back.
I should bust it to you.
Yeah, and then it disappeared from radar.
So all
It
right,
did like a big U. Yeah,
so
it did a big
it's on
U.
the island from Lost. All right, that's cool. So that's concluded. It's on the island.
We're gonna write it off as it's on the island.
It's yeah, dude. I mean, there's no other. So that's Malaysian flight 370. not to be confused with Malaysian any other fucking flight that's also disappeared. Um, it'd be that you want a really shitty job, PR department on that fucking company right there. So we're gonna go on to the next segment, our last segment of the fucking day of the episode 16. We're gonna go to
Mhm.
what makes us mad. So Andy,
David,
you know what pisses me off, though?
I could list a few things.
You want to know one thing that pisses me off today, Andy? These
What's that, man?
motherfuckers, all right, they don't roll their window all the fucking way down. This shit pisses me off.
What?
Yes. Nah. Let me explain. Let me explain. So, I work in a pharmacy. I deal with drive
Uh,
through a lot. So people are in their
okay.
whips. Uh so they either drop off, pick up. They have to roll the window down to speak, but they're gonna roll the window down to grab shit from the drawer, whether it be
Uh huh.
grabbing a prescription that I'm selling them, or giving them something, or they're dropping off a prescription, or giving me the money or the card or whatever. They're gonna drop it in the drawer. It's not like a McDonald's thing where it's a little bit higher up from the car that you're in, and then you can just hand it to me directly. There's no direct
Right.
contact with the patient at all.
Right.
So this drawer, it's kind of low, even for small people's. Like you'd have to be in like a fucking Porsche that's like 3 inches off the ground to even be in the same fucking height as this drawer.
Mm-hmm.
And people like to fucking leave a little bit of a slit on their window when they roll it down, and that shit pisses me off, Andy. And I'm not 100% sure why, but all I know is this shit's fucking annoying. And guess what? If you do that shit, fuck you. 100%. Fuck you. Your front windows roll all the way down. You want to fucking know something? They roll all the way down. And it's not like here's the best part, Andy. You don't even have to roll that bitch manually anymore. Ain't no fucking your car ain't that old, boy. To roll that bitch down manually. My
Yeah.
dad's car was a 99 Honda Accord, and that bitch had a fucking automatic window. Your car is not old enough for you to have to manually roll that bitch. There is absolutely no fucking reason that you have to hand me some, Nancy. All right, and you leave a little bit of a fucking slit on your fucking window. All right, fuck you, fuck you. That's how I feel about it. Fuck you. All right.
Is it because you can't hear them?
Well, I can't hear them anyways. The fucking shitty ass speaker. It's like some fucking Mickey Mouse shit or whatever. But it's see. I guess it pisses me off a lot because people are fucking retarded. And what happens most of the time is when they don't roll it all the way down, they see when they have to grab something that they can't grab it, so they end up rolling the bitch down anyways. So why don't you just fucking roll it down
Right.
all the way the first time? Where is your fucking IQ that obviously you have fucking lost a bunch of points on? All right, where was that fucking logic, right? When you decided to come to the fucking pharmacy, and why did you throw it out the fucking window that you had cracked open, and not all the way open?
So I
And then
guess.
and then they because this drawer is kind of low to the ground, like it's lower to the ground than most drawers at other
Yeah.
fucking drive-throughs. You end up having to fucking like put your arm down and shit. And if you leave the slit, you fucking put your arm up, you have a big ass fucking mark across your fucking arm now because you're stupid ass Nancy, fucking Sue. All right, you can't roll the fucking windows down all the way. And here's the best part, Andy. They leave the slit. It limits their movement going a little bit lower. Guess what they do?
Right. Lower the window.
Nope. They open the door when all they had to do was roll the window down.
Uh.
Why can't you just roll the fucking window down? You won't have that issue. There's actually been a couple times where I fucking passive aggressively said, if you roll the window down all the way, you will be able to get it. That it's one of my biggest pet peeves is people don't roll their fucking window down all the way. What's the fucking reason for you to leave the 1 inch out, huh? Huh? Are you just trying to keep the tip out, huh? Fuck you, fuck you.
David, I'm laughing with you, man.
Nah, shit. You better. Are you one of those halfway rollers, huh?
No, when I go through a drive-through, like I push down and it automatically goes all the way down.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're proving my point even more.
Well,
Most of y'all
here's the
motherfuckers,
thing.
man.
See, I drive a Charger, right? And it actually has the sides are a little bit higher than like a normal car, I guess. Right? So the base of the window sits a little too high. So even then, I gotta lower it anyway. So there's no of me just cracking the window a little bit and trying to reach my arm out. Like that's not gonna work.
And yet people do it, and then they struggle like the fucking scum that they are because they can't roll the fucking window down all the way.
I mean, I don't know if they're scum,
Are you
but
trying to show
they're
me
gonna
the
have to
fucking
learn.
window? Are you trying to show me what percent tint you have on the front of the? Why the fuck would you leave your fucking window slit open? Why? Why? Why do you have 2 inches of window? Just put the window down. You're talking to me. Just fucking put the window down. Fuck.
I, dude, I don't know. I'm not. I'm not like that, so I don't know.
Jeez. I don't even know why it gets me so riled up, dude. But this is one of my biggest pet peeves.
It really sounds like it because you're getting really angry.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Too bad I don't work in fast food. I'll spit on their food, but I can't spit on their fucking medicine. That's kind of they'll see that.
And it's all sealed and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to open that bit. It's childproof, so I can't even get into it.
Ask the pharmacist every time you help the drive through. Can
Yeah.
you know this real quick?
Hey, can you put it the other way so I can just snap it off and I don't have to like, do the child resistant stuff? You know how hard that shit is. Child resistant. This shit was made to spite me.
Child, aka David.
Yeah. All right. That concludes the what makes us mad, or mostly what makes me mad, is you
Yeah.
motherfuckers. All you motherfuckers make me mad.
Oh, poor David.
So we're at the end of the show, so we're gonna go ahead and tease you with next week's stuff. Next week's game, Andy, is Days Gone. It's a PS4 exclusive zombie game that I recently just bought yesterday. So I'm gonna play it
Okay.
out. I'm not skipping cutscenes on this game, so hopefully I'll say more than I don't know what the story is. I'll probably say like the guy's main name is Deacon, and we'll go from there. And then next week, Conspiracy Andy, go ahead and that's your little thing.
I believe we're going to be talking about Project MK Ultra.
All right. So if you guys like makeup, that's if you like you guys like purses and shit, Michael Kors, Ulta, we got that bitch next week. Conspiracy.
That's right. We're going to find out why you all are addicted to it.
Yeah. And then remember, we are on a lot. We are on many different platforms, including Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, where we are on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn, apparently. Um, don't get us confused with the Not Good Enough podcast from Australia, please. And we have our own website as well at notgoodenoughpodcast.weebly.com. And there's, you can hit us up on Facebook or the website if you have any feedback. Tell us we suck. Maybe you like that one joke I did. Maybe I sound like a piece of shit. Go ahead, right? Just get any
Or if
feedback.
you share the same aggravation, that David shares with people not rolling down their window.
Yeah, if you share the same shit, you want to give us ideas for next week's What Makes Us Mad, go right ahead. Also, if you can help Andy find the pants in his relationship, that'd also help as well. Um, and,
You're all talk, man.
and that concludes this episode. Thank you for joining us on episode 16, the obligatory anime tournament season. And Andy,
David.
you know what to say next.
Um it's
All right.
what do you think, man? 16. Are we over and done with it? Are we is this it?
So
Is this going to be good enough?
we're supposed to. Yeah, okay. Gee, why do you have to fucking add variations to it, dude? Just say, is it good enough? Fucking A. It'll
Because it's
never be
not
good.
good enough, David.
It'll never be good enough, Andy. Thanks for joining. You guys have a good night. Don't get fined.
Later. Wash your face.